Hey guys, and welcome back to the Pulseman playthrough. We're heading to the good old US of A. Yeehaw!
It feels like we're selecting Guile to fight next in Street Fighter.
You must defeat my Voltecker to stand a chance.
There you go.
That's not a Guile thing, but I don't care. I just wanted to be included in the joke.
And this is our main enemy, Dr. Wariyama, I believe is the one I'm saying it right. Sort of the Genesis version of Dr. Wily, though he doesn't get nearly as much press.
Well, if you call him like Dr. W, it's explicitly a Dr. Wily ripoff.
Yeah, but he has more like Robotnik machines and like driving around big skull
Yeah,
things.
he really does. This is a Robotnik mech.
A Robotnik would make something that's so stupid, it's just like a two-wheeled little egg car to drive around in.
I like the inference that there was actually interference with our Navcom unit right there. What the hell? There's so many colours!
Well, this is what Nevada looks like, huh?
This is like one of the special stages from Sonic CD.
No, you're in Nevada and you're tripping out on that shit like they were doing in what was that movie? You know, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
Oh, I thought you were going to say Silicon Valley.
Or something like that, yeah. I'm pretty sure you have to be high to work there anyway.
I think it's time for a couple of bio readings. Do you agree, THD?
No, but do it anyway.
Okay, Pulseman, the main hero of the game. Pulseman is a teenage boy born from a human father and his waifu sea life mother. I added the waifu part. Thus,
I know, really.
Thus granting him the powers of both worlds. From his father, he can survive outside of computer terminals and roam through the human world. And from his mother, he has the power of electricity. He can slash out electricity from his hands and gather up the current to shoot through the air using his powerful Voltecker attack, where he changes into a ball of electricity and ricochets through the stages like a pinball. He is also very agile and acrobatic and can attack using powerful kicks. His prime weakness is water, which shorts out his powers.
Yeah, we'll see more about that whole water thing later on.
Oh yes, we will, and it will be meme-tastic.
That's pretty much the main character you need to know about, but I'm also wondering, now I know there was you had something else about that girl he keeps talking with, but I can't exactly remember what her name is.
Is that my cue to read off her bio as well?
Yes.
Okay, regarding Beatrice, a young sea life girl who was once held captive by the Galaxy Gang until Pulseman freed her. I've read another source that says she was like part of the Galaxy Gang and like Pulseman changed her mind, but I don't know which is which, so I'll just go with what's on my notes. She quickly became his girlfriend because that's how shit works in this universe, and supports him on his quest to stop Doc Wariyama. Although she has lost her access to Eureka, she appears on the stage select screen to inform the player of the stages that they will be entering, and also appears during gameplay to inform Pulseman of hazards in the stages, as well as warning him when a boss is near. She has pink spiky hair and a red and white dress with black leggings. Pulseman's nickname for her is Rice, pronounced Riche.
That's not how you say rice, actually. Riche sounds like a completely different type of food when you think about it.
But it's cute, and that's all that matters.
That's true. This is just like all my other fanfiction where I'm an electric man from the internet and I have a girlfriend.
How'd you figure out my Digisona?
That's what it fucking is it? Either that or like a Navi-sona? You know, where we're bringing up these whole Battle Network references.
I swear we're getting to Battle Network 6 within the next few months, don't worry about it. I'm a fan of colours, I like fancy colours, I like shiny stones, but even for a casino, this is a little bit much.
Yeah, you know, all the trippy shit in the background does help Pulseman continue to stand out after all this time, but at some point they clearly went overboard with it. Like, they love these kind of flashing prismatic backgrounds in this game, and I'm sort of tempted to say that you might want to avoid looking at this game directly if you're prone to some kind of seizure warning.
Yeah, do not watch your HellfireComms directly with your naked eyes. Put on sunglasses first. Not only will you feel cooler, it will also protect your long-term vision.
Yeah, and that's in general, that's just not for this game. Be careful, it's a casino, you'll get a habit.
Okay, this is the most Robotnik-like boss yet.
I mean, we're fighting this guy in Casino Night Zone. He's got his whole egg unit. He's shooting smaller egg units. It is practically fucking Robotnik.
This boss is ridiculously easy. You just have to kind of stand in between the birds he shoots out. I believe like between the third and fourth ones, or the second and third, is the most ideal situation. And then just dash out of the way when he comes crashing down and counter.
Now I have a question. What's the frames per second you recorded this on?
60.
Oh, you did this on 60 because I seem to recall when we watched that episode of Game Center CX, they also had it on 60, and they were able to actually capture all of the frames that were going on the Sega Genesis. Did like games back then also run on 60, or was 30 like the max they could handle?
No, I think for old like 2D stuff, 60 was fine. Like I know for a fact Sonic 3 and Knuckles is 60 because if you go watch our Sonic 3 and Knuckles playthrough and you go to the like Hidden Palace Zone and look at the Super Emeralds, some of them are just grey instead of flashing.
Ah, there you go.
And now you know the rest of the story.
Well, there's still more to do.
There's more threats to take down.
They each have little horns, watch out.
Alright, let's go to Thailand. Do you know anything about Thailand?
You have to fight Sagat there.
Okay.
Let's just run with the Street Fighter thing.
Why not? It's bizarre, but then again, so is our commentary most of the time.
Oh, here we go. The best line in the game.
Water can destroy, Pulseman.
Oh, that's beautiful. I fucking love that.
It's so cheesy in 90s. I can't help but have a little bit of affection for it.
You were so happy when you first heard that line, because, you hadn't really known about Pulseman until we watched it on Game Center CX, so it was kind of good to have you sort of take that journey with me again.
Well, I knew of it, just like I know about a lot of stuff, but don't really, have encyclopedic knowledge of it. But, yeah, that definitely was a treat to see.
Okay, sure, because I thought you were breakdancing for a minute there.
That's kind of what I was doing. That is the other move I neglected to mention, and will come in very handy in this level where you can't actually use your electric abilities when you're submerged in water. You just do a little, like, crouching kick. If you've ever played Super Mario 64, it's kind of like that.
Without your electric abilities, you can still kind of do stuff, but you lose, like, the electric slash, and he does, like, a little sissy hand slap. That's really the best he's got.
Get out of it! Get out!
Stop it! I don't have my powers. Just cut that shit out, guys. I do love the backdrop for this kind of level, because it also really does remind me of the kind of graphics they were using for, like, the Sega Genesis back then. Like, everything feels, super pixely and weird, in a sense. Like, I seem to recall some other games that were like that, but I'm trying to remember them off the top of my head, and nothing's coming to mind.
Sonic 2 Aquatic Ruin Zone.
Oh, yes, that is the premier example of that kind of thing. Like, now I can instantly see the connection with that again. Although, Sonic's graphics, I think, were a little bit more clear in comparison to Pulseman.
Okay, there's like weird random voices that you hear throughout this level, and it's kind of creepy. You may not be able to hear it when we do the commentary version and put that shit up, but if you go over to Hellfire playthroughs, I put all this stuff up without commentary.
Okay, this is just like, they just built this for you.
Basically, it's really indulgent, honestly.
Now this place looks more like Labyrinth Zone from Sonic 1, I'm getting that vibe. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, that distortion, I think it's Doc W, DW for sure, trying to psych you out, but don't quote me on that. I'm not even sure if it's like a problem with the ROM or anything.
It might be, again, we've got this really glorious kind of sound processor we have to work with, for the Sega Genesis. So any a chance to indulge that is good.
I really hate these things. These, like, blobs that follow you around. They just basically act like moving water supplies, so they'll stop you from doing, like, the Voltec air. And when you're in, like, in the middle of one, in mid-air, trying to reach a high-up platform, this can be really annoying.
Yeah, they eat your charge, and I've struggled a lot with them too. They are primarily the reason why I never did finish this game, because I could just not figure out how to get past these fucking things sometimes.
If you'll see, I'm grouping them both together, and then I'm going to bring them over here, charge up, and jump over.
Clever strategy.
Thank you.
Basic thinking. I wish I could do that.
This is a bit of a downgrade after going through, like, Aquatic Ruin Zone and Labyrinth Zone. This is just kind of like Death Egg Zone without the death or the eggs.
Yeah, this is the first level I built in Mario Maker kind of zone.
Yeah, it really is, actually.
Just put shit here, put gears, there's spikes on the bottom, there's like one Goomba over here. Alright, this is my first level, please rate it highly, guys.
And I will put an invisible block right here. Don't do that shit!
Game Grumps, will you play my level, please?
Part 752. I still can't play video games.
Yeah, he never could, I think.
Wasn't going to be that explicit, but okay, if you want to take it there.
He kind of did some weird sort of kickback tricks on the gears back there. I don't know. It's kind of... I've never walked on gears routinely, so I guess I would do the same thing.
I have to do that every day to get to these commentary sessions, and it's inside my own house, so figure that out.
I just noticed that the background is shifting a little bit, because I guess we're in a clock tower or something like that, with a, connection to the internet, naturally.
Clock tower. You know, at the time this goes up, Halloween will only be about 6 or 7 months away.
That's a bit early to be thinking about that, but if you're suggesting what I think you're suggesting, the answer is fucking no!
Oh, John vomiting, .gif. That shit slays me every time, man.
So I guess we have to ask the obvious question if you're beaming in through the internet. What would 4chan be as a level?
Oh my god. Redacted. Redacted, redacted, redacted.
Just kind of censor all of the graphics and platforms, yeah.
I don't know what these things are meant to be. They look, if you, squint your eyes, they seem like beetle-like, but really they just follow you, and that's about it. They're just kind of annoying.
Well, that's kind of like the first test of any real enemy in a game. Can it follow you? Alright, then it's a threat because you take touch damage from everything. Even if the thing tickled you a little bit. Oh no, I'm gonna take damage from that.
Oh, I died of embarrassment.
That's probably what happens, It's like, oh, I can't be seen doing this. I'm going back to my trailer.
Got it right in the end.
I can see where Earthbound cribbed some of these graphics. Okay, now you're just not even making any sense. The internet should make a lot more sense than this, I think.
Are these rootkits? They're drilling into the internet? I don't know. It's surreal. My commentary has to be likewise.
Seems like all the crystal stuff in the background was taken from Columns. Have you ever played Columns, by the way?
That's that really classic puzzle game, right?
I wouldn't call it a classic, really, but it was an early Sega Genesis kind of game, which, I was never good at Columns. I tried, man. But I'm sorry, Tetris Attack will always be my thing.
I was just about to say, you're more of a Tetris Attack kind of guy, aren't you?
Or a Panel de Pon or Puzzle. Why don't they make more of those? Oh, I know, because it's too hard.
Really? That's the reason you think they're not making them, and not because it won't be profitable anymore?
Well, they did that with Pokemon, remember that, right? They used to have Pokemon-themed Tetris Attack, and then they just stopped for some reason. I don't know why, but it was right there and easy to use. I think it's because it's too hard for some people.
The idea of them over-milking the Pokemon franchise is funny, and I'll laugh about it before I go to bed tonight.
Yeah, just dial it back, guys.
Okay, this boss wrecked Arano during the Game Center CX episode. The main thing you want to do here, do not attack it when it's in its base grey form, because it will counterattack. Thankfully, that little flip kick you can do, which is great for aerial enemies, by the way, has some invincibility frames on it, so you can just exploit that.
While we're talking about Street Fighter, it is basically a flash kick when you think about it. It's been a long time since I've played Pulseman, but I seem to distinctly, minutely recall that I also did have trouble with this boss. Again, it's been quite a while.
You have a real problem with double negatives, I noticed.
Well, I'm a double negative kind of guy, so it balances out, and thus I'm more positive about things.
Are you aren't?
I maybe, might not be. You never know.
You bastard, man. There was actually one form I did not experience before recording this particular take. I'm gonna see if you can guess which one it is.
Okay, that's clearly the ball from Robotnik's machine at the beginning of Sonic 1.
It really is. This one just speeds up when you hit it.
Yeah, who knows? Robotnik probably would have had more success if the thing wasn't attached to a chain. It was just holding it back this whole time.
Come on, I can take any kind of form you can throw at me.
I've never fought a Steely before. What's it like?
Oh, here we go. You hit it and it disappears.
And now that's the Robotnik ball. That totally is.
Literally, that's copyright level.
Now, destroy this before Sega sues us, even though we published it on their console.
Great job.
You did it. You murdered a thing.
Yeah, take that ball. What's wrong with you?
We'll see you guys next time for even more Pulseman shenanigans. Bye for now.